Thirsty Pinkman in the house! Bitch! Bitch!
Little bitch.
I made you my bitch!
Jesse.
Bitch!
Bitch.
Yeah, bitch! Jesse!
Bitch.
What's happening? What are we looking at? We're going to look at Rivet Head from Surly. This is a West Coast style IPA weighing in at 6.9. Yeah, 6.9%. And I am literally came home. We're actually, how does that work? Mike is dog watching, and now we're watching the dog for Mike. And fired up a Victor Sinclair cigar. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna run down and do a brew review fast because it's so freaking nice. I'm gonna cook steaks on the grill. So, cheers. Let's see. Yeah, it smells like beer. A lot. Cheers. Right off the bat, notice more of a dry bitterness, at least in the gulping. Nice, nice smooth bready biscuit finish. Yeah, there's two more. Big Jeff Gunwild went from. Here's the funny thing. I'm not even sure what's in this one right now, and I'm also not even sure how to get to it. It's not in the same place as the memory on yours, Jeff. One is in you remove a cover underneath, and you can pop out one stick, and the other stick is under the keyboard, so you got to remove the keyboard. So I don't know if you have to do this on this. All I know is it's got a zillion little screws on the bottom, and they all like have a picture of what looks like the keyboard. So I'm gonna have to do some research. First, I'm gonna have to see if I can pull up, do a check on this one and figure out what's even in it. Because if this one right now only has 4 megs of RAM, I have the old sticks from this one, because this one had 8. And what I think is weird is they're all about the same time frame. The Toshiba came with 4, and it's only capable of handling 8. This one, I believe, shipped with 4, and it's only capable of having 8. It might even have 8 in it right now. And this one shipped with 8, and it's capable of 16. So, new SSD hard drive, maxed out on RAM up to 16. Jeff, I need to find a box, a package, something that I can put this in that it's going to be nice and safe, and then I can get this off to you next week, Monday or Tuesday or whatever the hell I'm capable of remembering. So it's fast. It's in retrospect, it's right now it's definitely has a well, actually I'm not sure about the processor. This is the Core i5 Pro, and I don't remember what's in the Toshiba. But if this is gonna work for you to possibly do some video editing, that's awesome. For me, the Toshiba, I've been using it like last night, for instance, when the Battle Box video went live. I was busy watching X-Files with Christine on the couch, and I was able to use that. I want something that's mostly going to be just a web crawler kind of a thing. I really don't know if I do any video editing on it. So the Toshiba is probably going to be fine, you know, the way it is. So hopefully, being that this one appears that it's actually got a little zest to it, See, all this time I thought the bigger one was more of a powerhouse. Jeff, the little one is definitely more of a powerhouse, or at least it's upgradable. I picked her. I don't know. There was just something about her. I can't quite put my tongue on it. Let's see. Missing out on the club was Ninja, saying cheers to the Head Club and Sunny Slopers, and Gunwild said cheers clubbers. First was Gunwild. First bitches. Harmarsh says congratulations, and Gunwild says thank you. Second, Jolson, this video needs more cowbell. Tardisia says let's vote on it. Okay. Third, Mr. Satriani, Mike Moore saying third. Fine, I'll give you some cowbell. Cowbell. In 3, 2, Jolson in 1. Zeus, beer. Hey, that's a good idea. That's an excellent idea, Zeus. Harmarsh, second. Second comment after Zeus. Mike says hello. Hello, Mike. Zeus, our founding fathers would fix stupid real quick. Don't you wish we had the capabilities of bringing back our founding fathers? Of course, they would probably be, they'd probably, between the lying media and the deep state, because it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the, what are we at? Since Biden was elected the other day, now there's actually been more shootings. There was 140 mass shootings, and I think a mass shooting is qualified if, 2 or 4 more. Hey Google, what classifies a mass shooting?
I don't understand.
How many mass shootings have we had since Biden was elected? Of course, you don't want to answer that. I know the number was 140, and I want to believe we've had more. So, 140 mass shootings since Biden was elected. No, they don't have an agenda. Mr. Mark Mac 85, nice eyes on the brew, babe. I didn't even notice she had a head. Harmarsh says indeed. Miss 27 says also agree. I suppose I better check this out. Brew girl. Let's see. Oh, God, yeah, she has just beautiful eyes. Love them. I think, I don't know, I think it was Brad, or was it you, Jeff? There was like 5 or 6 different pictures of her, and I went with that one because it was zoomed in so you could see her eyes the best. Speaking of Brad, hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother, Brad. Rich Huff, cheers all, top 10. Harmarsh says cheers, Rich. Mike again. Glenn, nice shooting glasses. Yeah, I have another pair, same pair that Jerry, Jerry, he's been trying to get off me for a couple of years, but Christine saw them and she really wants them. The problem is what she wants 2 pair. This one is mirrored, and she said it probably wouldn't be great for an overcast day, but they'd be great for a sunny day, and she likes the way the other ones fit. Because I actually did ask her if she wanted, and I had already bought her a pair, a botanist. I I already found a set similar to this for Christine, and she didn't like them, and she didn't like the way they sat on her face, and she likes these other ones. That's what she said, Wade. I bet you I'd like the way she sat on my face. Just saying. What? Grow up? Well, no. See, that's something I've really been trying to avoid for a long time. Harmarsh, congratulations, Cobra. Yes, Cobra. Harmarsh, I'm thinking up some pranks. I could use those tripwires on. And I can say, go for it, you should, great idea. Going with great idea. Sub-comment from Clyde. Harold, I have several older ones that take a 12-gauge blank. But I don't use blank loads in them. I drop in a 3-inch duck loads. More bang for the buck. Holy shit. Well, I guess if it's like this... Actually, no. You Clyde, you probably have yours modified. If I actually put a 22 round in this, that would be catastrophic because it has a steel plate under it. Probably set up just so that can't happen. Mr. Mark Mac 85. A shame the autopsy, the forensics that told the real story seems to have been ignored. It's rant time, laugh out loud. Triggered. No, I'm you know, I've seen the video, and people say one of two things. You know, all I can say is, I'll just start by saying George Floyd was, just a bottom feeder. You know, I don't give a shit what color he was. He'd be the kind of person that society shouldn't miss at all. A drug dealer, a drug user, a felon for beating women. And yet, these dumb-ass, uneducated, libtard... Well, actually, it's not... Well, I don't know if they're all libtards or not. I noticed our local one, they put up a thing saying the verdict is in, guilty on all charges. And I'm going down the line going, great, justice is served. Oh, George Floyd, oh, he's going to be so missed. By who? The people that were buying the drugs from him? I will know he's not going to be missed by the women that he beats. I mean, I'm sorry. He's just a piece of shit. An unmissed piece of shit. I mean, the neighborhood is probably better that he's not with us anymore. Just saying. I have no problem saying that. I have no problems if we were to lose every individual that deals drugs and beats people, let alone women. Oh, big tough guy can beat up a woman. Oh, you've got to be so proud that you want to stand in line, and we all got to take a moment of praise for George Floyd. He was such a great person, taken in the prime of his life. He was probably just on the verge of, you know, becoming a college professor or Odin. And the fact is, yes, Mr. Mark Mac 85. I heard more than one report. Then they all just kind of went silent. That basically, when he got pulled over, he went in a panic mode and ate all the shit. So, you know, a guy kneeling on his neck obviously didn't help. But the fact is, if he would have once again, I know this is hard for people that want to just riot and protest and go get themselves a 75-inch big screen TV, that they would have a hard time understanding this. Hello? So now what's the deal? Corey. Hello? Hello? Well, according to this, I can't answer. This is not the first time today that this has happened. Okay, we will just have to cycle the phone because all of a sudden I've been having nothing but problems. I mean, it does internet, it just doesn't do calls. Blue Healer 260. 2 thumbs up. Ben and top 20. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Ben. If you're like one of the first ones, those are losers. I mean, you got to come in somewhere around 20th in my book to really be worthwhile. Mike Morgan, yes. Dave of Bitchin' Rides does great work. Poke a local sub comment. We all used to be in the same truck club. Yeah, his ability, like I said, I've had episodes where, you know, the beginning of the episode you're like, there's nothing I like about that kind of car. Just nothing. You know, I'll watch it anyway because some of the stuff that he does, and it's like by the time the car is done, and you're like going, holy shit, I would take that. I would, and, you know, his ability. I mean, I don't mean to offend somebody if they're. I mean, to me, my hero was always Chip Foose, but it wipes it all out, and you know, it negates everything you just said. Chip Foose is a god of this kind of stuff, and he also seems to be a legitimately awesome individual. I mean, when on overhauling, when they do some stuff and they start telling stories and there's a reveal at the end or whatever, I mean, if we all got paid for the amount of times I've seen Chip Foose cry and break down, it's just because he's a real person. He just seems like a real great guy. And Dave, between the two of them, they're just unbelievably talented people. And it's not that one or the other, but I honestly think, in retrospect to all of the work that I've seen done between the two of them, between the two of them, if I ever struck it rich and I was able to get a few cars, my dream car, something for Christine, which would of course be a 1965 Mustang, and more than likely she'd just want it completely restored, kind of like a Graveyard Cars with Mark Warman, completely restored, a red convertible 1965. To me, that's not me. I am completely what you'd say would be a retro mod guy. I want, and I don't care if someone is just going to have a shit fit. It's my money, it's my life, and if I offend somebody, it's kind of like the video where, I chop apart a Mosin Nagant. Oh my God, I completely destroyed an $89 rifle that there's millions of them out there. I'm the kind of person that I want my project to start as the real thing. 1969 Charger, a 1970 Cuda, but I want the state-of-the-art frame and suspension and brakes and motor. If we didn't even start this conversation at 700 horsepower and then work up from there, I don't even want to talk about it. Maybe if you have more money than God himself, it'd be cool to have, two of stuff. That one is completely stock as it is when it rolled off the showroom floor. That one is the one that I'm going to daily drive, and it was the same body as that one, but after that, it's all go. Like you know, I've always my hero when it comes to stuff like this has always been Carroll Shelby. Anybody can make shit go fast in a straight line. Carroll Shelby wanted to be the fastest through the turns. So, but yeah, I think if that day ever came where I could have somebody build stuff for me, it would probably be Dave Kendig. I just the complete package for when he does a car, and they're not just built up to be show cars. They are built up to be a show car if you want it, and a daily driver if that's what you want. And if you've ever not watched the show, the attention to detail that Kendiggett Designs does to a car when you're standing and looking at it is just as amazing if you put it on a lift, put it in the air and walk underneath it and look up. Clyde, whiskey and revolution for all. Poco Loco, I just got a notification 35 minutes late. Clyde again, first off, it's rigged. Congrats, Cobra. At least it ain't a wallet. You know, Clyde, do you even want the frickin' thing? Cobra, sweet. Please add the shooting glasses to the hashtag Justin's final mission bag. Honorable, thank you, sir. I can definitely do that. Not today. It's beautiful outside, and I'm cooking steaks on the grill, and I don't want it to be late. But one of the next few brewery reviews, I need to show you guys what is in the box as of right now. Like I said, me and Christine went through the piles of stuff from the Crate Club and battle boxes, and put stuff aside. And I just let you know, just as a personal thing, if you'd like to see me continue to have that ability to be able, because again, I don't generally, and you can ask Jay to Lead Ammunition and all sorts of you guys. Yes, if it has a cool ass knife or some items that I can put in my bug out bag, hell yeah, I keep the items. I've tried to put forth a lot of effort into doing the videos for Battle Box and Crate Club. But if nobody watches the videos over there, it's going to be an end to my relationship with them. So if you haven't checked out the Battle Box video, please do. And I also got notified that a Crate Club is being delivered tomorrow. And I'm always interested in that because that is a very expensive box. And there's nothing like getting in a good box. Like the Battle Box this time, you know, I know a few people probably were like, you know, there ain't very many items in there. Well, the items that were sent, though, were, I mean, if you got nothing but the basic box and you were looking for some med stuff, you got quite a bit of stuff that was actually fairly expensive. And again, over here, I'll be a complete, you know, bottom line honest. And I was not disappointed with that battle box at all. About the only thing in there, and I can still use it, but the only thing in there that hasn't been put into a kit already and put into use for me was the waterproofing spray. Everything else is either in a med kit or, of course, I'm still in my work attire, so I don't have that knife on me, but that Fox knife is badass, and I really like that. So yeah, there wasn't a shit ton of items, or should I say, there wasn't a bunch of great big items, but the items that they sent, all usable and all fairly expensive things. Whiskey and revolution. Oh, I can't even do that. I stuck all the information in there for Jeff, and I know sort of what it was, but I have to. That's the only thing I don't like, is that you automatically have to put in a damn password every single time it. Either that or set the time up on how long it takes before it goes to sleep. Cobra, thank you, Cobra, very much. I will put that in there. Steve, they'll still burn the city down. Oh, I haven't followed along to see what's going on, but yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. They show themselves for who they really are. End of story. J-Dog here at home. Steve, A1 steak sauce. A1 is a miss. Poco, I just had 2 comments deleted. And again, YouTube, you're a bunch of cocksmokers. Steven again, NIHAP sure is spending a lot of money to send you stuff that you give a 4. Well, it is what it is. I didn't like it. I don't know if he enjoyed it or not. Clyde, F5. F5 is a miss. Poco, I grew up down the street from Chip Foose's dad. He befriended me before I ever had a driver's license. He was indeed a car nut. Years later, I wrote an editorial and included him in it. His wife said when she told him, he smiled ear to ear and said he didn't realize how much of an impact that he made. He just looked and treated me as one of the car guys. McLean says, was that in Orange County? Poco says back, nope, Central Coast. Poco, you still carry that foldable knife? Very nice. Smile Money. Read more button. I spent several hours just performing troubleshooting programs tonight. It is a 5i Intel, 6 gigs of RAM. Not sure what the frickin' gen year. I will need to reach out to a service and see if I can add a solid state drive, but keep the HD for storage. Keep the hard drive for storage. If it has 2 bays in it, like this one has 2 bays in it. So what it was, the original drive got wiped and is now a secondary drive. Of course, my grandson just got a gaming computer. Then again, I am driving my oldest daughter's first car, a 2001 Honda CR-V. I think she has had 3 new ones since this one, laugh out loud. Smile Money. I can, if nothing else, if you send me a picture of the data information on the bottom of that laptop, I could forward it on to NIHAP to find out what the total upgrades for that would be. I mean, right off the bat, you should be able to put a solid state drive in it. Cobra, A1. Okay, someone already picked that. A1's a miss. Smile Money. The poor girl can't afford a new swimsuit. Still wearing the one she wore in high school band camp. Yeah, Yeah, I noticed that. Armars, sounds to me our active heroes is very ungrateful where all the channels that helped are concerned. Yeah, no, I agree. Zeus, a company across the street from work damn near always flies their flag half-mast for years now. It's getting really old, just like people not defending themselves. Harmarsh, those stickers aren't as funny as the names on the packages. Gray bag, after all, it's called Gray Man, not Flat Dark Earth Man. Harmarsh, if money was no object, I'd have Troy Trepenner of Rad Rides by Troy build me a Firebird. Challenger, Cuda. I have heard the name. Harmarsh, no, I watched the trial and never saw any jurors' faces. I expected a manslaughter guilty conviction, but not all 3 charges. Harmarsh, Eric, I'll bet dollars to donuts that the fact Lang said he asked Chauvin, shouldn't we put him on his side, and Chauvin said no. I think that swayed the jury, and the police chief saying having your knee in the back of someone's neck isn't a tactic taught. Well, from what I heard, a lot of his fellow brothers threw him under the bus, but then again, like I said, not sounding like I'm taking sides, I'm just being 100% honest when I say, if it was me, I would have voted guilty. Because you're already seeing what these baby animals are doing all over the place. So, sorry, until someone gains control, basically it all started here in Minneapolis. If we actually didn't have a vagina for a governor, and the instant this shit started, they put it down immediately, I believe it would have never spread to the point that it did. If we had a strong mayor of Minneapolis and a strong governor, the instant the shit started, you put one of them fuckers in a bag, and the rest of them are going to comply to realize that this can't happen. Now, look at where we are. Now we've got TikTok videos of them flipping off the cops and telling them this and telling them that, and the total disrespect for law and authority. So now we've gotten to the point where, all you have to be is a ignorant animal piece of shit and not follow the law. And evidently that's okay. You can just get away with it because everybody bad that you disagree with. Blue man bad, Personally, I think when the outburst started in the first place, you put a round in someone's head, and then the rest, I believe, would have settled right down. Did Chauvin do all the right things? Definitely not. Would the big drug-taking woman beater piece of shit lowlife been dead anyway? It's a good possibility with all the drugs in this system. Cheap old gun guy. I'd have to go with the flat dark earth bag because unfortunately I don't have any gray guns that would match. It's all a matter of accessorizing. That's a good point. I only have one thing in gray, and that's my retro. just a hypothetical for everybody that hears me say this. I may or may not have a rare breed trigger, and at first it was suggested by Jeremy Predon that I should put the rare breed trigger in my retro, and for some reason my immediate gut response was, ha, yeah, he's joking. But Jeremy, honestly, that's really not a bad idea. I mean, I realize that just by design, by what the rare breed does, it's going to be fairly hard and brutal on the rifle. But hey, again, life is short, and Jeremy, other than like the first 15-20 seconds where I was like, no, I've gone so long wanting to have a retro for myself, but then it was just like, this little light went off, and then I heard this ding 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 sound and went, to put the rare breed trigger in the retro might actually be a great idea, because honestly right now I don't have another candidate. I don't want to put it in any of the existing rifles that I have. Everybody has a trigger that I really like. They all have some kind of a purpose. I kind of like the idea. Not to mention, I've already done everything wrong when it came to the retro. My very first shots out of it was a 60 round mag dump. And I know that that's AK style breaking the rifle in. I don't have any idea where it's hitting. I didn't put it on paper or anything like that. But Jeremy, I don't even know if you were kidding or not. But I mean, you think about it. This is a replica of an M16, and what was an M16? Either A, full auto, or B, a 3-round burst gun. So unless I mean, hell, I've already changed the color on the gas tube. The only thing that I would have to do for this is literally drop the rare breed trigger in, and I need to get a heavy buffer. I don't own. I've never run either the T3 or the H3 buffers, and I know Jeremy, Dead Winter. He didn't change the buffer in his, and he says his runs like a top. So I guess it would be feasible to give it a run before spending the money on a heavy buffer. And if it fails, oh well, it fails. But unless somebody out there is going to tell me that I am just doing a big disservice to my Angel 312 by putting the rare breed. And if you don't know what the rare breed is, it's a self-resetting, and some people would say it's a full auto, but it is not. And if you go to the rare breed site and look at the interview, they have a guy that used to be part of the ATF, and right now his main specialty is being called as a witness. And they sat down with him and they asked if the rare breed trigger qualified as making your rifle a machine gun, and it does not. because a full auto is in your trigger. And I know that sounds weird to say, but in a rare breed, if you have actually ever fired one, if you squeeze the trigger and pull it all the way back, it will not run like you see it in my video and empty a mag. You can actually cause it to hold your bolt carrier back, basically pinching it in the bolt carrier. The ability to make it seem like it's full auto is all in the user and your trigger control. You simply pull the trigger until the rifle fires, and then you hold that position, and it will empty a mag. This gentleman, and I can't remember his name. Like I said, if you want to say, oh my God, that for sure is full auto. It's not, and there's 4 criteria that have to be met any one of the 4 criteria have to be met for it to be considered a machine gun, and the rare breed doesn't fulfill any one of the requirements. So he said if he was hired as to evaluate it, that he would have to say that no matter what people want to say, the rare breed does not make your rifle a machine gun. So for that, it makes it legal for us to own. So again, Jeremy, we haven't talked about it beyond that, and I don't know if you were kidding or not, but I honestly love the idea of putting that in this. Hey, if I damage the barrel or whatever, for all I know, maybe I already have because I didn't shoot it once and clean it, shoot it twice and clean it. I shot it 60 times in a row. I think this would be a great candidate. What do you guys say? I think it'd be awesome, actually. Zeus, I met a Vietnam door gunner tonight at work. He carries 2 black powder 44s, and his home defense gun eats 50 cal from a tripod. Laugh out loud. Now that's some shit right there. Gunwild, I'm thinking about building a P80, G34, or 35. Do you remember how much you paid for your P80 frame? They're going for $150, and I don't know if that is a regular price or a bloated price. I think I'd have to get back to you on that. That's probably not that far off, actually. Gunwild, I remember liking the smell of Tester's model glue when I was a kid. I used to smell it all the time. As a result, I got Dane Bromwich. Wait, interesting. I would love to know how many models Matt snorted. Gunwild back. A shit ton. Okay, Gunwild. I had a 1972 Plymouth Duster that had been in an accident, and a friend tried to get Chip Foose to use it for an episode of overhauling. But they said no because it had a salvaged title. That's weird. Wade, researchers agree with whoever is paying for the research. Wade, I'd choose the FDE bag because it fits my environment, which is forest and open pastures. The gray is for city folk. Joey, it's an interesting description of how it smells. It smells like model rubber cement. Let's taste it and find out. And I can say it does. Great point. Exactly. It did. I don't know. Mr. 27, intro babe, nice. Mr. 27, brew babe, also nice. Mr. 27, intro, inspector, brew balmy, again, very nice. And I can say glad you like it the best. You know it. I'm going to go with you know it. Miss 27, 55th. Smile Money. Eric referring to any human as a worthless excrement is insensitive. Our legal system is based on a theory that rehabilitation is possible. That has been a public service announcement. No, that's fine, Smile Money, but I tell you, these days I'm meeting a lot of bottom-dwelling shitbags. And George Floyd was one of them. Smile Money, thank you. I'll drink to that. This 27 Outro Babe looks good. Sharky, congrats, Cobra. Sharky, J10. Wow, all of a sudden we're almost done. One more comment. J10 is a miss. Oh, this is weird. By now, 3 ships would have been sunk last time. Sharky, last comment. SH, all babes are fantastic yet again. Thank you, good sir. I very much appreciate that. Your dinner tonight looked fairly tasty. I'm only going back because I'm just double checking. Okay, I clicked that like as though I had responded to them, and Cheap Old Gun Guy, you're popping up as a comment that you left that I didn't see a moment ago, and I'm just going back to see if Poco Loco, if you had any of your... No. For some reason, when I clicked that button, only one... Yeah, Poco Loco, there's nothing new in there. Only one extra one popped up, and that was Cheap Old Gun Guys. I read about the accessorizing. You had another one that just popped up. Now, wait a minute. I know plenty of people who need to die and needed to die. Hitler, Stalin, Mao, what is it? Ida Arman, Pol Pot, Dahmer, Gacy, Bundy, De Niro, my ex-son-in-law. What wench who that wench who cut me off last week, and the jerk driving slow in the fast lane, just to name a few. Wow, I'm glad I hit that button and came back and read that. That was well worth the time. No, I'm sorry. I will never be politically correct. We are where we are. We are at a crossroads. We are socialism, just like I put on Facebook. Socialism is that way. The true America, patriotism, what we should be, our founding fathers being proud of us. That's just a coincidence that I have my fingers pointing at a great big set of titties. But the fact is, we have somehow generated and allowed the smallest common denominator to somehow become relevant in our society. Maybe because they're the ones giving the spotlight, and people like us, oh, we're the kooks. The new racists are anybody that wears a red Trump hat. Go fuck yourself, you fucking pieces of shit. You are the problem. We are patriots. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in our what our founding fathers left for us. I believe in the men and women in our military, in our police, fire, and first responders. And I'm sick and tired of listening to these bottom-feeding, whiny pieces of shit. We deserve reparation. You don't deserve fucking shit. Get a job, you fat-ass, lazy bastards. And learn what a belt does. If you're offended, that's because your parents raised a pussy. Where do I put this on the E scale? I think this is the kind of thing that gets Stephen Bush's nipples starting to protrude just a little bit. Definitely a little bit more dry and bitter. It's not really lighting up my tongue, so I'm not exactly sure if citrusy, dank, and dry is their description. Yeah, it's just a sad. It's sad that America used to be so great, and the fact is that the present administration are a bunch of thieves, and we were not intended to be where we are. Hands down, by a landslide. It was a landslide until like 3 o'clock in the morning. It was a fucking landslide. All the places that I frequent, sticks, all going, Trump has this hands down. And then, oh, lo and behold, we all know where that went. They can't win by playing fair. And this country is basically filled full of a bunch of pussies, and like Christine constantly says, we're all just going to get steamrolled because nobody's going to stand up. They're just going to pass whatever they want. And the sad thing is I am still curious, if they said that they were going to start collecting the guns, how many people would just stick their tail between their legs and allow it to happen? The fact is, and I don't give a shit what anybody wants to say, our founding fathers did not give us these guns so that we could go hunting Bambi and put food on the table. That was just an offshoot of having them. We have these guns to make sure what they went through would never happen again, and that is to put down a tyrannical government. So anybody that wants to come for your gun should be the first to get them. Rich Huff says, cheers, clubbers. Cheers, Rich. And Harmarsh. Cheers, clubbers. Never forget. Unfortunately, Harold, there is a whole lot of forgetting happening. What is happening? Okay. I am, wow. This hasn't happened to me, like, ever on this system. I am having a problem, and I am going to the task manager, and I'm going to have to... Wow, I have no idea what's happening right now. I'm going with plan B. Goodbye. We should put, I should have waited. I should have put Jeff's computer up against this one. This one's pretty fast though, so this one's still serving me well. Dan, the computer man. I need to send you a text and just say hi. How you doing? Okay, let's try that again. First of all, I'm sorry if you're about to see anything that you shouldn't see. Oh, here, we can just go straight to her. There. Back on the right set of tracks. Yeah, there's some do I want to restore because I wasn't properly shut down? Fine, yeah, let's do this. This crazy little thing. Yeah, I have no idea what took place there. Okay, back in. It did an auto refresh. Smile Money says, stop sniffing the glue. Oh, excuse me. Oh, so sorry. J-Dog, Heart Club, Mr. Holster. That was 2 minutes ago. I'm just gonna... Oh, held for review. We've got the people that leave the links to go see Contolis, and we need to back out of that. Okay. Okay, so I guess the only question for the group is, am I going way in the wrong direction, thinking about putting the rare breed trigger in this guy? Oh yeah. Okay. Not to steal it from J-Dog, but I'm gonna hit the refresh button. Oh, I never did give my score. Sorry, I got sidetracked by the fact that the Chrome wasn't responding. Rivet Head from Surly. It's good. It's drinkable. I mean, it could be better if it was a stout, right, Steve? Mule. Would I buy it again? No. If I had a case, would I give it away? Hell no. I'd drink it. For that, I would give this... I'd give it an 8. Yeah, it's probably a little high, but so is Matt. Okay, guys. Cheers. Like I said, Jeff, I need to find the appropriate packaging to make sure that that gets packaged up nice and safe for you. But upgrades are done. It's running Linux. It has the solid state drive, and it's been maxed out at 16 gigs of RAM. And it definitely is booting up fast. So hopefully it'll serve your needs. Otherwise, cheers, guys. Hopefully we can get together tomorrow. A little thing called show prep. And tomorrow's show, just so you know, tomorrow's Locked and Loaded. We will have Troy, formerly the owner of Active Heroes, and now helping us take Justin's final mission in a, not necessarily a different direction, but a different title. So if you have questions or comments, we have a call-in line. So Smile Money, any of you, if you've got questions for Troy, hey, and again, I have absolutely no problem with asking the hard questions. So, I mean, unless you're going to be, silly and ask them stupid stuff like, when was the last time you pooped or something like that. But so Troy's going to be with us on Locked and Loaded, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.